Hey friends, and we are back for another episode of Let's Talk, which is really just me sharing my knowledge and experience in the travel industry at different resorts and hotels. So we have covered the Walt Disney World Dolphin and the Swan, and we are to the final resort that is actually on Disney property, and that's going to be the Swan Reserve. So the Swan Reserve is the newest of the Swan and Dolphin resorts. She opened her doors in late 2021. She has about 300 plus rooms and suites. And I've gotten to stay there twice. I really love this resort. She's flawless. She's gorgeous. She's brand new. You also get the lovely heavenly beds, which is very nice on a Walt Disney World adventure because, as we know, there is a lot of walking and talking and hotness and heat and humidity and weather and all the things. So sleeping is probably the most important thing that you can do on your trip, which, yeah, that is sometimes hard to come by, but having an amazing mattress, amazing sheets, all that jazz is very important. Want to talk a couple things about my favorite things about the Swan Reserve. Number one is the food and coffee service here. Everyone knows, and if you don't know, let me just give you a little tidbit. Walt Disney World has some great coffee options. You've got Joffrey's, and then obviously you've got your Starbucks. But let's not forget how great the coffee is at grounds at Swan Reserve. There's also Stir at Swan and Dolphin. And there's another one, and I'll come back to it that I'm forgetting. But the coffee service at Swan and Dolphin, but specifically Swan Reserve, is not to be missed. Grounds is fantastic. It is a great fuel at Dolphin. That's what we were missing. Anyways, grounds coffee, they've got amazing tea. It's going to be your grab and go location for the Swan Reserve. What you're also going to notice is the difference in size. So to put it in perspective, and I probably should have said this at Swan Dolphin Let's Talk, but we can talk about it now. Dolphin is going to have 1,500 plus rooms. Huge convention center that just did a huge remodel, renovations, fantastic. Then you got to also think that the next step down, Swan is going to have half of the rooms that Dolphin has. So they're going to be in the 700 plus area with their resort rooms and suites. And then Swan Reserve, which is 5-minute walk from Swan and Dolphin, she's got 349 Swan Reserve room suites. You've got a presidential, and you've got a chairman, and then you've got your like king suites, junior suites, that kind of stuff. But then also your basic traditional rooms. So keep that in mind when you're looking at photos and you're like, wow, the Dolphin has these huge pools, or the Swan, blah, 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 blah. Swan Reserve is 1/5 of the size of Dolphin, so you're not going to need as big of a pool. She's going to have cabanas, she's going to have a pool bar, she's going to have restaurants, shops, transportation, all the same things. She's just going to be 1/5 of the size, which can be great as far as service, as far as expediting service, how fast, how quick things happen. But then also you have to remember that she's not going to need as many employees as the Swan and Dolphin. So everything's going to be on a smaller scale because she doesn't have as many rooms, which if you're looking for a little bit more of a quieter spot, something that is very new, 2021 is not that far, from us. Swan Reserve is going to be your girl. The only con with Swan Reserve is the fact that you have to walk 5 minutes more to get to Swan and Dolphin boat transportation. You're going to have your same bus transportation. It's going to come exactly to the hotel, pick you up, all the good things. Just have to keep in mind that to get to the boat transportation, those friendship boats that go to Epcot and Hollywood Studios, you're going to need to walk an extra 5 minutes because she is set apart from Swan and Dolphin. So you've got Dolphin over here, big triangle, love it. You've got the Swan on the other side, and in between that is your boat transportation. There's going to be a little walkway that's going to take you to Swan Reserve, and she's a 5-minute walk. If that's a deal breaker for you, then it's a deal breaker. For me, it's not, because I go in knowing that I'm going to walk a little bit more of a distance, but she's also tucked away a little bit more. You do have to cross a road to get there, but there's obviously walk signs and pedestrian, it's marked. So, I mean, it's not like you're crossing the interstate. But as far as like Swan Reserve goes, to me, it's not a deal breaker. She's fabulous. I'm also going to say something that's going to be very controversial, so just prepare your hearts. I still love you. Best salad on Walt Disney World property is at Tangerine, the pool bar at the Swan Reserve. The Amare salad is refreshing, it's light, it's crisp. I'm not a huge artichoke fan. It's on the salad and it's fantastic. How they marinate it, how they serve it. You can get it plain, or you can get the salad with mahi or shrimp or chicken or whatever protein that you would like. I normally get mahi just to keep it a little bit light, but to get a little bit more protein and, just to get a little bit more full. Obviously, I order a side of fries anywhere I go, and if I order a salad. But that's just my local diet. Best salad on property. I know a lot of people think that there is an apple and pear salad at Citricos. There's also one at the Grand Floridian Cafe. Narcoossee has some great salads. And then obviously the chopped salad, or the Cobb salad, excuse me, at the Brown Derby is one of my favorites inside the parks. But Tangerine is not to be skipped. That pool bar slaps hard. She has fantastic food. The staff there is always so wonderful. So yeah, that is my big pointer on food. Amare is also at Swan Reserve, and she is a Mediterranean restaurant. Lots of light bites. That's also going to be where, if you are part of the Luminous Program, which I hope that you contact me and I can help set that up for you. That's where your complimentary breakfast each morning is going to be served. But that's Amare, and in the morning it's maybe has a little bit of a Mediterranean flair. I'll be trying that out here in a couple weeks and I'll report back. But yeah, Amare is fantastic. Amare salad at Tangerine, best salad on property, hands down. So I know that's controversial because people love their salads at certain places, and yes, Brown Derby has a wonderful salad. Get the salad dressing on the side always, because they can sometimes drown it. But yeah, that's that. Let me also talk quickly about 2 suites that are not to be missed at Swan Reserve. Obviously the presidential, it's fantastic. Yes, the Swan Reserve is not known for having balconies, but this place does have a balcony / terrace for the 2 main suites, which are chairman and presidential. You can also go to the YouTube channel at Glass Slipper Concierge, and you can actually tour the new presidential suite at Swan Reserve. But one of the hidden gems that I love about Swan Reserve is going to be their signature suites, and there are 2 options. Obviously, you're gonna have your different views. You can have an Epcot view, resort view, all the fun stuff. But you've got a king signature suite and you've got a 2 queen signature suite. And those are so hard to come by when you're traveling with kids or other family members, or you just want an extra spot where you can put the kids down and then you can come and rest. That 2 queen signature suite at Swan Reserve is fantastic. It's wonderful. It's perfect. So put the kids down in one of the queen beds, and then you can go out into the living area. There's a sitting area as well. It's very spacious. Those floor-to-ceiling windows are awesome. If you have an Epcot view, that's a great place. Put the kids down and watch the fireworks. You're up high, you've got a great view, have a glass of champagne or, you know, some hot chocolate, a nightcap, whatever it is that, whatever spirit you enjoy. But those signature suites at Swan Reserve, please don't miss them. And if you want to hear more, holler at me. But to find those kind of spaces on property for the price that you get them at the Swan Reserve, and you're getting all of those other Disney amenities, transportation, early magic hours, plus it's a deluxe resort. So you're getting those extended evening hours, which is fantastic. Yes, signature suite, win all the way. It's probably one of my most requested suites that's not at a quote-unquote Disney resort, but on property. Also, Swan Reserve, Swan Dolphin, these are amazing options during festival times, which, as we know, those are getting extended more and more and more, and it almost feels like there's always a festival going on when you're down there. So just keep in mind that, you know, everyone heads back, the end of the park day, you're at Epcot and you're wanting to leave, or you're at Hollywood Studios and you want to leave and you're just like, oh, there's so many people, it's very people-y out here today, and you realize, I don't have to go wait in the Skyliner line that's over an hour long. I don't have to go wait for a bus. I can walk back to my resort, which hands down is perfect. Obviously, the friendship boats are going to be running fantastic, but if you're at Epcot and you want to leave, you can just walk. And it's a 10-15 minute walk. It's a beautiful walk. You're going to walk in front of the boardwalk, see the cake bake shop. You're going to then pass the Swan and Dolphin, and voila, you're home. And you didn't have to wait in line. For me, waiting in line is sometimes a waste of time. And you have to do it. At Hollywood Studios, at Epcot, at Animal Kingdom, at Magic Kingdom, at some point you're going to be waiting in line on your trip. This is just one less line, which to me is always a win. And obviously, when you work with me, you get to hear all of the wonderful ways I've got tips and tricks to avoid some of these lines. But yeah, so also keep in mind presidential and chairman have connecting rooms, which is perfect. That soaking tub in the presidential is glorious. But I will be at the Swan Reserve here in a couple weeks, and I will be bringing you more information and hopefully some more footage, and I'll share that with you guys as well. But I left Swan Reserve for the last because I think she truly is special. The only con is it's just a little bit more of a walk from Swan and Dolphin, but you know, walk a little bit faster and you'll get there quick. So yeah, I would love to tell you guys more about Swan Dolphin and Swan Reserve. I love that property, and I'm so glad that they are on Disney property and they get all of those extra amenities and perks, and they're part of the Luminous Program through Marriott. So that's just going to include that complimentary breakfast, upgrade on arrival, early check-in, priority, VIP, welcome amenity, that kind of stuff. So I adore these properties. I think you're gonna love them. I think you're gonna love the price point where they're at compared to some of the other properties that are on Crescent Lake. Yeah, so thank you for letting me share a little bit about these properties. I love traveling and I love bringing you guys with me and then sharing my experiences. So yeah, so we have finished Swan Dolphin and Swan Reserve, and I'm super excited for the next one. And I'll start doing a little research on what I think I should share with you guys next. So have a great week. I hope you're having a fantastic summer. And if you're new here, I'm Caroline with Glass Slipper Concierge GSC World Travel, and I cannot wait to work with you. So contact me. I'd love to talk to you. Bye, guys.